Motion to approve the agenda.
Moved and supported. Any discussion, additions, subtractions?
I have just one correction. It's resolution 2025-6, not 7.
All right.
Yes.
Moved and supported to accept the agenda as corrected. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the same, motion carries. Supervisor's comments. The only thing I have is I had received some input from a resident on a ethics and conflict of interest policy. And I reviewed that with our attorney. It's something that I've got on my list of things to do going forward. We have currently an Iosco Township personnel policy, and I guess that'll be something that we can look at as a board going forward and see if we should be updating with some additional input. And John suggested we start with the MTA also, guidelines for conflict of interest and ethics, and we do that. So that's all I have. And with that, we'll go to the first call to the public. Yes, sir.
Just one quick one. With the HVAC running and everything else and noise throughout, if we could just ask, I know it's hard voices, but just try to remember to keep volumes up, so everyone front to back can hear. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Yes.
Me, back there.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm the one, I'm the unnamed resident that suggested an ethics and compliance type of policy for this board as well as the planning commission. So thank you for considering.
I crunched some numbers. In the write-up for the county, they said they expected home values to be affected 1 to 5% by solar. Since appraisals are by definition an opinion, my opinion is that is very, very, very conservative. In that opinion, I think you should have some numbers, and this is not 100% accurate. It's hard to put the maps and the parcels and all that stuff together, and I had a lot of help putting that together. Rough values, that's $300,000 to $1 million on the conservative end of values being affected in our township. And I think you should know that. I think it's more than that.
Clarify that?
What's that?
It's 3,000 to $1 million. Is that the value of
Three.
the homes that are?
It is the 1 to 5% of the, I took the SEV values, came up with the taxable value, so it's all by the books.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just saying the value of the homes are 300,000
No.
to $1
The
million?
values will be negatively affected
Negatively affected by 300,000 to $1 million.
to $1 million conservatively in our township. I think there will be some, since an appraisal is an opinion, I'm going to express an opinion. I think some will be affected less than 1%, and I think some will be affected significantly more than 5%. That's my opinion.
I guess let me ask too. You're saying 300,000 per house?
No.
You're saying
Total values.
accumulated?
Total values
Okay.
for the township, for the properties within the immediate area around the proposed solar farms.
Right.
Okay, so, and is it exact? It is not exact. It's really hard to work that map and get all those parcels and crunch all the data and merge the data and all that kind of stuff. So conservatively, 300,000 to $1 million is what we are fighting for here. And it's going to affect your tax rolls. And unfortunately, I think the ones at ground zero, I think the landowners who sign leases are probably going to be affected more and over the long term. So I think in some cases it's going to be very bad. My opinion. But I thought you should have the numbers as I took them from the county's assessment and the SEV values we have on our rolls.
Thank you.
Catherine?
Anybody else? Yes.
I had sent a certified letter that was received on the 20th to Julie requesting a special public hearing I followed that letter up with an email to the board to confirm that it had been received. And Julie did respond, there wasn't content in the email, but it acknowledges that you did receive it. So can you address that, please?
Well, we received it, and yes, that's probably going to be some of our discussion in the closed hearing. So, yeah, at this point, that's about all I have to say about it. Yes.
Okay, so it's being taken under consideration
Correct.
and I'll be made aware of
Yep.
this. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
Hi, my name is Brian Furlong, I'm Superintendent of Stockbridge Schools, and I just want to let you know that we have a bond coming up November 4th. And past literature I'd like to share with you, if that's all right?
Okay, sure.
So we have a bond proposal, and I realize you cover multiple districts, so maybe more important to some than others. All right. So just want to make you aware of that. It's a no mill increase. It's designed to address our facilities over the next decade. We're going to spread it out over multiple series, so we're able to pull from it 3 different times throughout the next 5-6 years. So we want to stretch those funds into the future. Just make you aware of that. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you have a bond expiring and you're renewing, you're asking the voters to renew it?
We're asking them to extend the tax rate over time, so it would not increase their rate in the current year or future years, but it will extend that debt over time, 16 years out. Some of it is falling off, but not all of it. And I think that's what the graph shows at the bottom. And I will put some at the back if those of you in the audience are from the Stockbridge area.
Thank you. Anybody else? Yes.
Hey, Joe, I know I sent you a letter, and I think we were going back and forth on sort of the communication, but I think I was trying to express to you that I thought because of these critical decisions that are being made and the advice that the attorneys are giving to you, that I thought that the township citizen should get the opportunity to at least have a Q&A with the attorneys. Because we would like to know about their methodologies, their background. We know nothing about Mr. John Harris, who's been around a lot. I've read your bio online. I know you've been around the area for quite a long time. And Mike, I think we were the ones that asked Joe to kind of get to you. But I guess the thing is that we don't really have an opportunity of having that interface with the attorneys. And I think that I know that under the MTA, I believe, or the system, it gives you the ability for the attorneys not only to, I know that they have the relationship with the board and directly with yourself, Joe, but they also have a responsibility, I think, a role and responsibility with the MTA to explain themselves to the township and through the transparency. Since I know Julie's keen on transparency, I just want to make sure that it's transparent, that these attorneys are able to answer some questions, if it's without anybody other than the citizens, or if it's in a bigger forum, it doesn't really make a difference to me. But I think that opportunity is necessary, and I wouldn't bring it up. I'm sorry, I know that you said that you were going to handle it. I don't think you have the qualifications to handle it because you're not an attorney. So we're looking for some expertise, subject matter expertise of the attorneys, and their expertise to talk to the citizens that actually pay their salary on this, they're definitely responsible for it, and I think you would agree with that it's the township's dollars under your leadership. But I think we need an opportunity to talk to them before any decisions are made regarding solar in general.
Okay. Well, I don't think I've ever made the comment that I will handle it. I had asked that. Our attorneys are the one who give us the advice, not me, right?
Oh, I'm saying you said that if I was to address any questions, that you would address the questions in behalf of the attorneys, and what I'm saying is that was not acceptable to me. What's acceptable to us is to have the attorneys actually have a Q&A with the folks that are paying their bill, that's all.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I'll refer to John and to Michael on something like that. It's never come up in the past. I don't know what the benefit it would be. I mean, obviously you know, like I was responding to you, we're more than happy to have John and Mike stand up and tell us about themselves.
I think it's a little bit more than that. I mean, it's a Q&A session, right? It starts with the intro, but it's a little bit more in-depth than that. So I'll let them answer. I think they know exactly where I'm going after and what we're looking to do.
My advice to the board would be no, and that's because we are your consultants. We are here to answer questions that you have. And so whatever those are, Mike and I are here to answer those questions. I've been doing this a while, and I've never had sat down with a group of people to justify a position, because I don't have a position on the pending petition. So we're here to help this board. Going to you then want to interact with the citizens is up to you. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, the township itself is our client, and so I take direction from the board, and that's it. I mean, certain information obviously is subject to the attorney-client privilege, and that's not my privilege, that's your privilege, and so I don't have the right to answer those questions that get into or delve into legal advice that we may render to the board.
Did that help you?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it, John and Mike. Thank you.
Anybody else? All right, with that, we'll close the first call to the public and go on to adoption of the regular minutes for July 17th.
I'll make a motion to adopt the regular meeting minutes from July 17th.
Second. Moved and supported. Any corrections? Subtractions? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, the same, motion carries. Julie, Clerk's Department.
I have the Livingston County Sheriff's Department report, which constituted 32 hours of dedicated service, included 60 self-initiated calls for service, which resulted in 1 citation and 1 field contact completed. July 3rd from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. 6 subdivision patrols, 4 patrol area checks, 3 building checks. On July 10th from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., 2 subdivision patrols, 1 building check, 3 patrol area checks, and 2 traffic details. On July 18th from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., 10 subdivision patrols, 3 building checks, 6 traffic stops, 6 patrol area checks, 1 field contact, 1 citation. And finally, on Wednesday, July 30th, from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., 1 building check, 9 subdivision patrols, 3 patrol area checks, and 1 follow-up. If you have any questions regarding that, my only other update was on the November election. I do have things scheduled already. I have the preliminary test, the public accuracy test, as well as the election commission test, the election commission meeting scheduled. I did ballot proofing this week, so well underway for the November election. That's all I have.
Thank you. Amanda, Treasury Report.
You have the balance sheet in front of you. The CD at Chase will be maturing September 3rd. I have instructed Chase to put that money into our Chase checking. We are moving away from Chase and more into Bank of Ann Arbor. So in anticipation of that, the ICS money market with Bank of Ann Arbor, I'm going to be moving $200,000 out of our regular checking with Bank of Ann Arbor into that, so that we so we fall under the $250,000 insured amount. All 3 school districts have paid the $3 a parcel fee that we collect for summer taxes. Thank you.
Thank you. And with that, we'll pay the bills.
I will make a motion motion that we pay $85,753.22 in township bills.
Moved and supported. Any discussion?
Yes, so over 20,000 of that is for chloride. There are 2 bills for Livingston County Sheriff's, 2 months worth of bills for Livingston County Sheriff. The school resource officer check is in there, as well as our MTA renewal, which is why it is significantly higher than any other normal month. If you guys have any other questions about any of the other bills, I'm happy to answer them.
Hearing no questions, call the roll.
Bailey, aye. Miller?
Aye.
Parker?
Aye.
Harmon?
Aye.
Bond Nov?
Aye.
Motion carries. Committee report. Recreation update, please.
See, Jason, I have not heard from him. No updates that I heard of.
All right. Amanda, fire board.
Fire Board, we did not have a July meeting due to lack of agenda. I did attend, and I hope some other people in the community did also, the open house at the fire department. It was amazing. They did an amazing job arranging it. Survival flight landed at noon. The sheriff was there, EMS was there, Fowlerville Village was there. They had a smoke training trailer there from Heartland. The fire department did an example extrication from 2 vehicles. They had a bike raffle for the kids and face painting, and it was all very well organized and a very good opportunity for everybody to meet their emergency staff that are in the county. Yeah, it was hotter than hot, but other than that, it was a very, very good open house. On a second note, at the last meeting, I had asked you to think about an emergency well out in this area. I don't need you to think about it anymore. We have located actually a 8-inch, 480-foot deep well that can fill our biggest tanker in about 10 minutes. It's a privately owned well. It is easily accessible. They are no longer using it. And they have agreed to let the fire authority use it when they need to. And this would also include mutual aid, which would be Unadilla and Howell, because Howell has a station in Marion Township, and if they're handling anything over on this side. So we are currently, the well hasn't been used for 5 years, so the fire department is looking, we've had Glover Electric out to go over it, and we'll see how much it'll be to get it up and running, but it shouldn't take much.
Nice.
And it really, it means a lot to the homeowner as he sat on the Fowlerville Fire Authority for many, many years.
So will that have its own meter? So that,
It currently has a meter that feeds, they have an outdoor, it feeds a couple things. I'm in negotiations to see how much they would want should we use the well. We'll see how much electric it is. They may donate the electric. We'll see.
nice.
Yes, so that definitely should help in any emergency situations out in this area. And that is all I have to report. Thank you.
Thank you. Matt, planning commission update.
Nothing, there was no August meeting.
Again.
Yeah, so we'll get back to that in September.
All right, sounds good. Then we'll move on to Ann.
I have issued 33 permits for the year. Of those 33, 6 of them are for new dwellings. In addition to those 33 permits, I've issued 11 waivers. That's all I have tonight.
Unfinished business.
All right, so some explanation is probably needed. Yeah. Okay, so each year we have to do something called the L4029. And it is, I complete it and I send it to Equalization. Equalization reviews it, and then that is what is put on the tax rolls. And so last year, we levied a new millage with, the road millage was reapproved. The language that was used was given to me by the county, because that was the previous millage, how the previous millage read. That's the same wording, just dates, or some of the dates changed, and then the overall taxable, how much would be collected. So, it was a huge learning curve. So I filled out the 4029 for 2024. I sent it to Equalization, and she sent it back and had me correct some things. Well, unfortunately, she was, I guess not clear. I'm not sure what the right wording is, but the wrong millage was levied on the 2024 taxes. We thought we were approving and I believe the voters thought that too, we were approving 1.5 mils. But the wording in it said that we were approving 1.3623. But Equalization had us levy 1.5 last year. And so we levied too much based on the wording, the ballot language from 2024. So in December, we will have to go, the township will go in front of the Board of Review and have them correct 2024s. We've already collected all the data that we need, so we already know what needs to be correctly refunded to each person. But that will not happen until December of 2026, because we have to go through December Board of Review first, and then it will go on December taxes in 2026, because there's not enough December Board of Review law states we can't have a special Board of Review. We have to go to July or December Board of Review, and this wasn't brought to our attention until in enough time to go to July Board of Review. So we will have to go to December Board of Review, but then the refund will be done December of, because the bills are already printed December 1st, Board of Review is after December 1st, so it will not be until, it is like less than $10 for on the average, right around $10 for the average household will be refunded, $10 for the road millage. So with that all being said, that's why there was a delay in doing 2025 L4029, because we needed to take into consideration, well, we had to find out if it was true that the wrong amount was levied last year. It turns out that it was, and so each year is based, because of the headwind, we have to, each year is adjusted based on the previous year's millage rate. So I had to know what last year's millage rate would be before I could do this year's millage rate. And so, so this is correct, it's gone to Equalization like several different times, even though it's been a very long process, but this is correct. So our millage rate, I will make a motion that we adopt Resolution 2025-6, establishing the millage rates, whereas the proposed tax rates and allocated millage rates were included in the April 1st, 2025 through March 31st general fund balance public hearing held on March 25th at 7 p.m. But so the millage rates for the allocated was never affected by this. This was only road that was affected. So the allocated is going to be 0.7788, and the road is 1.224 for 25-26. So again, the allocated was not affected in 2024, only the road, and the 1.2224 is going to be the correct millage rate for 25-26. So I make the motion that we adopt the resolution 2025-6.
I will second the adoption of resolution 2025-6.
Moved and supported. Any further discussion?
Any questions I can answer?
I did speak to BS&A, and it is going to be a fairly painless process to put the refund on the tax bill before we print it. So it will be taken off before it goes out.
Or-
No, you go through, it's almost like they already pay, it's almost like paying ahead. Like, we'll go through, we'll give everybody's refund, will go on their parcel, and then I'll print the bills. So it will be as if they've already paid their $6.75 or whatever their refund is.
They just mean, so the citizens aren't gonna see that though. as
I
a
can talk to
refund.
BS&A and
Be nice
see if they,
show up.
oh, well,
I thought you said it will.
did I?
I'm pretty sure you said it'll be on the tax bill.
I think
Not
so,
just
yeah.
the credit, okay. I'll make sure it is, how about that?
Yeah, ask them.
I'll be sure. Either way, it's not sending out a bunch of.
Right. Amen.
Call the roll.
Daly, aye. Bonneville,
Aye.
Harmon. Aye. Parker,
Aye.
Miller.
Motion passes. Township Ground Improvements. Okay. We ended up with 3 quotes in front of you for doing work on the township grounds. They're not quite all the same, frankly, because some of them include like doing work for our library box and some are just the fence. So for this purpose of what we're looking to do today, it's just the fence, right? So if you look at the quotes, we have AW, which had a fence quote of $16,390. You had Hardy Fence, which was this one, which was 11.3K, kind of unique, right? And Justice Fence had a total of $12,000 for the wood fence only. So, I mean, I guess if there's questions that people have that want to talk about it, my thought being personally is that going with Justice Fence for 2 reasons. One, it's a good price for what they're doing, very close to what Hardy Fence was going to do, and they are using superior material, right? The other 2 represent what you would get at like Home Depot or Menards. You know, so your fencing is all the 5/8 inch wood, whereas Justice Fence is going to be using a full 3/4 inch board and a full 4x4 post. So still treated, of course, and all the posts will be coated from anything underground with foundation coating to help extend the life. And then they also, we had them while they were here, asked them to quote, looking at, oh, hold on, before I go on to additional. Their $12,000 also includes an additional gate put in at the road so that a mower can get in behind it to mow between the wood fence and the property line. So they'll put an 8-foot chain link gate in also as part of that $12,000.
Because this fence is going on the berm.
Yes, this fence we talked about we won't have an 8-foot section back there. We're gonna move it up the berm, so that 6 foot with the berm is gonna make a barrier that people aren't gonna be bothering the neighbors. They'll take care of everything.
But then we'll still have the lawnmower guy mow behind it so that it doesn't get all overgrown and.
So the chain link fence goes where?
Well, no, it's not.
It's a gate.
Chain link gate will go at the front of the road. So basically, you're gonna have our south property line fence, field fence is gonna stay there. Then, like, it's probably about, like we say, 10 foot up towards the top of the berm. We're gonna have the 6-foot fence, and then at road where the chain link fence goes to the property corner, they're gonna put in an 8-foot gate, double four, so that he can get in and out with more. So, and then we also, because we've had a really tough time getting trimming done around the fences, we talked to him about, because he's actually a real fence guy, right? About if we could get the chain link fence raised around the property so that when they come through and do the grounds, they could actually trim under the fence and get it trimmed. So he agreed, he quoted $2,000 to do that. So we're kind of adding that in, if you will, as a part of the ground improvement for this quote. And I guess, unless people have an issue with that part of it, I mean, I'd still recommend doing that. And then straighten out our gate here that got bent from plowing. And it's still not a bad price, exactly.
And it is, all they do is fencing.
Right. And it's one of those things where you said that after approval and being kicked off, it would probably be about 3.5 weeks before he'd be able to get to it, but he'd get to it this fall yet. So.
I'll make a motion to take $12,000 for a 6-tall tree or 8-foot wide fence and $2,000 for raising the fence up around the perimeter for justice fence.
Second that motion.
All right. Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? If not, call the roll.
Miller,
Aye.
Bond Nov,
Aye.
Harmon,
Aye.
Parker,
Aye.
Bailey, aye.
Motion passes. All right. And next is looking to go into closed session to review with legal counsel our grounds.
So that's it.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, yeah. To go into closed session to review with legal counsels their opinions on the whole solar ordinance and zoning applications.
I'll make a motion that we go into closed session.
Second?
Moved and supported, all in favor?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Right, yeah,
Oh,
the motion needs to be a little more deep too.
okay.
The Open Meetings Act requires that you,
Review.
put the purpose of the closed session.
I make a motion that we go into closed session to review the opinion of the legal counsel.
Yeah, I would just add to that pursuant to 15.268(1)H.
Say that again?
Yep, MCL 15.268, parens 1, parens H, which is to consider material that's exempt from pursuant to state or federal law.
Thank you. And
Roll.
with that, we'll call the roll.
Bailey, aye. Miller,
Aye.
Parker,
Aye.
Harmon,
Aye.
Bondville, aye. So we're entering closed section at 19:34. What do we get?
Then you drove yourself?
I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
All right, I move that we come out of closed session.
Second.
Moved and supported, come out of closed session. I don't have, do we have to do roll call for coming out, do we?
Nope.
We do.
No, no,
Doesn't matter.
we're going to.
All right, call the roll.
Bond, Bill.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Bailey, aye. Parker.
Aye.
Harmon. Aye.
Motion carries.
And she was
It's
wrong.
up to you, Mike.
All right. So the board has two issues on its agenda. First is the trigger ordinance adoption, and then later on the DTE application. As was mentioned earlier, the township has received a certified letter from a interested property owner requesting a public hearing. And so pursuant to the Zoning Enabling Act, MCL 125.3401, the township board must grant a hearing on the proposed ordinance provisions. And so I would recommend that the board then delay any action on this. A public hearing's been requested via certified mail, and you're obligated under the Zoning Enabling Act to set it then for a public hearing.
I will make a motion that we have a public hearing at our regular board meeting time in September, followed by our regular board meeting.
Second.
Moved and supported to have our public hearing at the next month's meeting, followed by our regular meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the same.
And just so we're all clear, that is for the trigger ordinance as well as the DTE application, due to the wording of the,
Correct.
the request. So there will be no adoption of the trigger ordinance tonight either.
Okay, so we're going to move on to new business. Swans, pre-buy.
Yes, I will make a motion that we pay $2,652.18 to Swan's Fuel Service for pre-buy of 1,700 gallons of propane for the 2025-26 winter season.
Second.
Moved and supported to buy our pre-buy. I'm not going to go through the numbers. Yeah. Any discussion?
It is 5 cents cheaper than last year, which is a little shocking to me. I feel like nothing goes down.
Right.
Happy little surprise.
It is a happy little
Yes.
surprise.
We did have $321.12 last year that is being credited onto the.
All right. I'll call the roll.
Bailey, aye. Bondville.
Aye.
Harmon. Aye. Parker.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Motion carries. On to Fowlerville Schools Resource Officer contract.
It's the same contract that we had for many years. It's $10,000 that each pays $10,000 and the village covers the rest of it. The village PD, I believe, covers the rest of it. So each township in the village contribute $10,000 and then the police department covers the rest of the salary for the school resource officer. So the contract's the same as it has been.
And the school covers 75%
Do
of
they?
it. I thought I just read that in here.
I believe,
Or whatever.
Defray, we are all putting in
$10,000 each.
to help defray a portion of the school's 75% of the cost of the salary and fringe benefits. So I'm assuming the village pays the other,
$10,000, which fund shall be used to partially defray a portion of the school's 75% cost.
right, so I'm assuming the village does the 25%.
Yes,
I don't know if they do 25% and $10,000, but that would be
oh, I see what you're pointing.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I guess I thought that the village PD. Okay,
No, the
yep,
the
yep, I see
school, our school taxpayer dollars are paid 75%.
And the village. Okay.
Just as a
Yes,
discussion point.
absolutely.
I'm sorry, was there a motion?
No, not yet. Nobody's saying.
Okay.
I'd like to get that email in there.
I'll make a motion that we approve the agreement for supplemental law enforcement services, the school liaison officer.
Second.
Moved and supported. Any further discussion? If not, call the roll.
Bonneville,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Harmon. Aye. Parker. Daly. Aye.
Motion carries. And with that, we're on to board member comments. Aaron,
I have nothing today.
Matt?
Yeah, there was some inquiry about the Munsell Rd Bridge. It was scheduled to be done this year. However, there was a situation up in Iosco Township on, I believe it was Jones Road. Their bridge went out and they had a low railroad tracks getting into it. So with that bridge being out and with low railroad tracks, it limits emergency vehicles, fire ambulances to be able to get through to that section of road. So with that being more pressing, they chose to put the funds in to get the Jones Road Bridge fixed in the 25 season. It's a 4 to 6 months process. Ideally, we would like to see it done by December, and then in 26, they will start addressing the Munsell Road Bridge, roughly 4 to 6 months for the project to be completed. So that's an update on Munsell Road Bridge.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Ben.
Amanda?
Good, thank you.
I do not have any.
I do not have anything either. Second call to the public. No? Motion to adjourn?
I mean, can we adjourn?
Moved and supported, all in favor?
Aye.